Little rain delay theater coming up for you here on Big Train TV as we once again welcome you here inside the Dandy Walker Alliance broadcast booth. Ben Bobeck, joined by 13 feet of pitcher out of the bullpen, Everett Catlett. Luke Baker, thanks for coming up here, spending some time and keeping dry as best you can.
No problem. Thank you for having us.
You guys have been fairly excited to get up here, only as a duo, of course. So tell us a little bit about how this came to be. Obviously, you got here about a month ago now. I mean, this seems like a pretty great relationship. You guys have a lot of fun together. I mean, especially down there in the bullpen as a group, as two, kind of what's it been like getting to know your teammates, getting to know this team in general?
Well, I think Luke and I's relationship started on the first game he got here. We were playing two-ball before the game, and we both got out first, like normal, what that happens to the tall dudes. And we just kind of hit it off from there because we were both so.
Is it just like a natural attraction when it's 6'6" and 6'7" that you're just kind of like you're looking out at the crowd of people and you only see each other?
Yeah. Well, it's just like you can tell he's a lefty.
Yeah.
You can feel it.
Yeah.
100%.
So how's the weather up there? It's raining down here. Is it up there for the rest of you?
It's another day in paradise. I mean, what can I say?
Is there such a thing as being too tall?
Yeah.
Yes.
I am, like, we are too tall.
You are?
Sometimes.
So you wouldn't say that's like up like NBA, like 7-footer. You think like 6'6", 6'7" is a little too much sometimes?
Like,
No,
things,
6'6"
things
is
are
perfect.
designed for, like, 6'2" people.
Uh-huh.
Not, like, 6'6".
Sweet. I'm right in the sweet spot.
Yeah. So,
6'2" and 3/4 on a good day.
The toilets are sometimes really low, and that's just bad.
Yeah.
news.
I mean, the one at my last college apartment,
Yeah.
it was right here. The bathtub was right here. And for me, that was trouble. I can't even imagine what it would have been like for you two.
Back seats of cars are the
Oh,
biggest
Uh-huh.
downfall.
I feel like that's got to be something you experience a lot, especially this time in your lives.
Yeah.
I always choose to drive. That's usually how it goes.
Same. I
Adjust your own
gotta
seat.
Drive everybody.
How many times in a day would you say you hit your head? On like a door?
So it's getting out of the shower. Because you got to step over the side of the tub and then you just, boom.
You don't have
Right
like
on
the
the
stand-up
floor.
shower, your old combo? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of unfortunate. All right, so now that we've gotten all the negative stuff out of the way, what's the best part about being over 6'6"?
I mean, it helps
Makes
you.
good at sports.
Yeah, helps you with pitching, but
Yeah.
I mean, besides, like,
You're struggling here.
They say the girls like it, but I don't know.
I haven't found that to be true. So
Don't be too hard on yourselves.
the worst part, we didn't even talk about it, is just people saying, "Wow, you're really tall." Still haven't found a way to respond to that.
Do you get that about 3 times a day, 4 times a day?
Every time I meet a new person.
Every
it's a
time.
conversation.
And I feel like, especially in a space like this,
Yeah.
it's going to be pretty often.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us about your individual baseball journeys. Obviously, lots of different. Oh, nice. Let's pass the mic off. Let's share a little bit. Love it. Love it. Turned you up a little bit, I think. Show us Everett. They want to see more Everett. Everett, why don't you bend in here a little bit? There he is. Plenty of camera time for you. So tell me about kind of the journey. Why Big Train, why here, and what the summer's been like for both of you so far.
So, last summer I met Sal. I played for his brother all of high school, and I pitched against his team last summer. And he had called me after that summer and asked me to be a part of the Big Train, and right away I was super excited because I had heard about them. Some of my old friends had played for them, and so I was quick to the gun to sign the contract and was super excited to play here. So
I found out what Big Train was just from my college coach. He knew Sal and sent me and Kemp up here. A couple of other guys were supposed to come, but they ended up a lot of at-bats during the season, so they're just taking some time off. But that's kind of how I found my way here. It's nice to be back and playing, getting into the rhythm of things.
What's been the most enjoyable part for you? Just getting back in the motions of
the baseball, honestly. I mean, we're out here every day, but it's nice to be playing and getting in a rhythm and working through some things, and that's exactly why I'm here, what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah. been doing a pretty good job of it so far. For you, Everett, I know you said you just played for Coach Mike last year. You've listed him actually as your most influential coach throughout your very long baseball career. What's it been like going from Mike to Sal? What's the difference like between those two guys?
There's a huge difference. Mike is definitely a character. He's a little harder than Sal when it comes to obviously it's summer ball versus high school ball, but I like Sal, I like Mike, but it's definitely a big change. So it's easy to adjust because my college coach is sort of like in the middle of them, but it was pretty easy to adjust, and I love them both.
All right, so here we're gonna get into the nitty gritty here. We've had Jesse up here, we've had Zach Locke up here, and I actually asked the question to Grant Knipp, the catcher, when he was up here too. You get a strikeout looking, you get a strikeout swinging. Which do you prefer? Which makes you feel better walking off the mound?
Swinging.
Think about it.
I think swinging as well, just because they actually tried to hit it and didn't instead of this.
Instead of just being fooled. All right.
Yeah. But in a way, there's satisfaction of that not swinging strike.
Is that like the most satisfying thing for you as a pitcher is getting a guy swinging?
Yeah, absolutely.
100%.
Especially if you hit the spot.
Yeah.
But
what else you want to talk about? You guys have been dying to get up here. What are you trying to get out to the people out there? Any questions? We'll take questions from the YouTube audience as well. Type them in the chat below if you have anything for Luke or Everett.
I've had 3 hot dogs tonight.
All right. What's your go-to at Catalyst down there?
Combo with a classic dog and then a dog with ketchup. I get the sour cream and onion chips and a Sprite to drink.
Okay.
And 5 napkins.
And 5 napkins. Specifically 5, not 4,
No.
not 6, 5.
No, yes.
I saw you were loading up on ketchup there. You a ketchup guy?
On a hot dog, yes.
Have you ever been to Chicago?
When I was really young.
Have you ever tried ordering a ketchup on a hot dog in Chicago?
No, but I've heard that it's like a violation.
I've heard. I'm not from Chicago, so I can't speak personally. I've just heard it's not a thing you do. You a hot dog guy, Everett?
Not really. I think we're trying. We got a grill in the bullpen now. I think we're gonna try to.
Was it the one that was just laying down there? Yeah.
We're gonna. I think Luke and I might have to make a stop to Home Depot tomorrow and
Get some charcoal.
and some hot dogs. See what we can cook up. So
You gotta get the
bullpen guys.
You got to get the Rosita beef that Chris is slinging down there for Catalyst. Those things are pretty
he's got
good.
money. I don't know if Luke and I do. It seems like some high quality dogs.
You're just getting the penny ones you pick up in
yeah.
the grocery store,
Yeah,
100%.
the Walmart meat truck.
like Tiger King.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
The bullpen is just always seems like a fun time. Who's the biggest character out there? Because I've heard it's you. All right, so who biggest character in the bullpen? Maybe not named Everett.
Me.
Okay, not named Everett or Luke. I'm gonna force you into an answer here.
Oh. Brian Lynch.
Yes, Brian Lynch. He's a mystery man. Doesn't say a lot of words, but when he does, you back away. You get scared.
I don't really want to know. I'm told to tell Everett that Coach Pete said he was his best coach.
I believe it. That's Jack Burley's dad.
Yeah, I kind of figured there. Team pranksters. Who's the biggest prankster on the team?
Prankster? I feel like Nolan is a guy that just pranks people.
See,
He's a
POs
trickster. He's a little
POs
trickster.
aren't the most
That's pitchers only for.
educated people, you could say, most up to date, and so we get pranked a lot. Actually, me and Zach being the biggest pranked on.
I don't get pranked though because I was in engineering school for a semester.
So you've got that kind of like analytical edge. You see it coming.
I'm all over it.
Did that help with your arm angle and all that kind of fancy tinkering stuff with the mechanics being an engineering student for a semester?
No, I just realized I didn't want to do engineering anymore.
I thought I wanted to be an architect for about a semester in high school. Didn't even make it to college at that point.
Yeah.
I realized quickly how much math that involved,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm up here talking to you about baseball during the radio.
Yeah, I could say I'm in the middle right now. I got no clue. I'm just going through the motions.
Undecided.
Yeah.
Just enjoying life, playing baseball.
I know a ton of freshman studies majors.
That was me.
That's an actual thing.
Just
I can't
doing the rounds.
Oh yeah.
Tyler's over here to our right. Tyler, you got anything to ask him?
Yeah, I mean, comfortable with a normal question.
Perfectly fine with it.
Okay.
Working here for the rest of the season. I mean, what are you guys just looking forward to for the remainder of the year as we get towards the playoffs and stuff?
For me, I think it's because so I took a little break after college ball just to rest my arm a little bit, and I've sort of been on like a short leash when it comes to pitch count and inning count, and I'm excited to like up that and be able to pitch those longer outings and stuff, and kind of show what I can do. I feel like I've just sort of been on a short leash, which can sometimes be easier for a pitcher because you have one job, and that's to get in the inning and get out, and then you're done. So it'll be nice to be able to extend that for sure.
Yeah, same question for you, Luke.
For me, I really just wanted to take this time and this summer to get back into a rhythm of playing and back into a rhythm of working through innings and not be on such a short leash like how it is in the season. Sal's very good about letting pitchers work through situations and maturing that way, and that's just something I needed going into this next year for me.
Awesome.
Okay, so now back to the hijinks. Actually, let's
I have
stick.
a riddle.
You have a riddle? Okay. I'm ready.
He knows already. All right.
Wait. Before we start, is this safe for the stream?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just trying to double check. Just trying to not get fired.
So there's a bear walking through the forest. As the bear is walking through the forest, the bear falls in a pile of mud, and now the bear is dirty. The bear gets up and collects himself and continues to walk through the forest. He stumbles upon an abandoned campsite. At the campsite...
Should I be like taking notes?
At the campsite, there's these showers, right? It's a nice campsite. So he goes into the showers and he turns on the water and he starts rinsing himself off. And on the shelf, he sees a bottle of plain white Dove soap. He reaches to grab the soap, but he drops it. Not soap, radio.
Can we end this segment?
It's up to you, man.
The answer's really easy.
It really makes you think.
What's the question?
I'll go through that last part again.
No.
So the bear's in the shower.
No soap radio. Yeah, it's not a polar bear.
Rinsing himself off. Sees the bottle of plain white Dove soap. He reaches for the soap but drops it. Not soap, radio.
I got like nothing here. Drops the soap, not soap,
Not soap,
radio. Radio. This is TV. This is not radio.
No.
Hey, Ben, if you haven't figured out already, that's a brand
Dial? Radio?
Why don't you say the answer?
The answer is
I've never been so
I've never
stumped.
heard that as an answer.
Like, there is Dial soap. Am I wrong about that?
Oh, that's what you
I'm lost, man.
The answer is there is no answer.
Yeah. That's kind of where I figured we were going.
Yeah. Not soap, radio. You see though how like I emphasize the O right at the end?
Yeah.
It's kind of like a
Yeah.
oh no.
Yeah. Yeah.
You got a riddle or what?
I got no riddles. I don't want to waste any more time like you just did.
Okay.
All right. Let's get back to baseball a little bit here.
Yeah,
I'm just trying to gather myself here. Who's got the best stuff on the team?
Luke Baker.
Respectfully,
Peer pressure.
not Everett, Catlett.
Okay.
No, I mean I feel like my stuff moves pretty well.
Yeah.
more than average.
How often do you get the Gagne question with the sport goggles?
People.
Because I know Tyler back there has been dying to make that comparison
Oh yeah.
for about a month.
Like pretty much everybody I meet always asks about the glasses and says like, are those real or are they fake? And so I have a prescription for my left eye, but the right eye is just
It's just
normal.
Do you ever? I mean, when did you start? Like, do you feel like that is a challenge maybe to pitch with? I've never thought about it like that.
So the only issues I've ever ran into it is the lenses fog, or when I release, they like slip
Yeah, they
off.
like slip and you can't see. You gotta.
Yeah. So
Ball
what
gets hit right back to you. You gotta. Oop.
Yeah, so what I've been doing is I have a headband now that I kind of wear around the back, and I'll tuck the glasses under it, wedges them in a little.
See,
better.
there's the engineering student
And
in you.
I also have like anti-fog wipes that all.
No
my
sticky
glasses.
stuff for the glasses.
No, I actually tried to like pine tar it one day, and then my sweat was so warm that it just melted.
It just melted right
Yeah,
off.
it was pitiful.
I can't say I've only gotten Luke mad one time in the short 30 days we've known each other, and it was when I got his glasses foggy.
I take it seriously.
Yeah, no, I'm sure you do.
I mean, I can't see if I'm not in these.
Yeah.
So.
I had another question, but I kind of got lost in the image of you sweating out pine tar. Anything else you want to say to the people out there before we wrap up this very interesting rain delay theater segment?
You got some?
I guess I'll end on a positive note. When did you fall in love with baseball? When did you know that this is something you want to pursue at this high level? Yeah, deep questions. Deep questions here on Big Train TV.
That is
Take
a
your
very
time.
Good question. I think I've always liked it, but the point at which I loved it is when I fully started like getting that team atmosphere, and like going out to eat after the game with my team and stuff. Like, you know, other sports could have that, but I just felt like baseball over anything, and the guys I played with, I've always played with someone I've known. Like, I've never joined a team and said like, oh, I know no one. And I always felt like baseball is a sport that really forces you to be friends with people.
You spend a lot of time with
Yeah,
them.
you spend a lot. Like, I've known Luke for 30 days, and we're best friends now. Like, I don't know. I just feel like the team camaraderie is really what made me love it. Obviously, striking people out and watching.
Yeah, that's fun too.
Watching them with their head down is awesome, but
Yeah,
that'd be
it's a
me
good
if I
answer.
said that.
All right, final question. Would you eat a cicada?
Yes.
No.
We can make that happen, Everett.
Let's do it. I've done it. I'll do it again. Do I get a shirt? I
I
don't need a shirt.
You sure?
Can I get the
I'll
shirt
just do it for
him?
the viewers.
Yeah. I mean, I can go check with Bruce if you really want. I'm sure he'd love to. I don't know where he is. All right, but for now, we'll see. Maybe Everett will eat a cicada in a moment. For now, that will do it for a little bit of rain delay theater here. Looks like it's starting to clear up. Maybe we'll get back to the baseball in a little bit. But for now, Luke, Everett, thanks for coming up here. Thanks for spending some time.
Thank you for having us.
Look forward to watching you back out there on the field, Tyler and myself up here.
Absolutely.
All right. Thanks for coming. We'll see you next time. We'll be back in a moment with either some more rain delay theater or maybe some baseball. Who knows? Watching Big Train TV. Top of the fifth, 2-1 Silver Spring.